If you've ever been to the Southwest, you've probably seen this plant. It's called mesquite. But which kind of mesquite is it? There are over 40 different species, and collectively we call them mesquite. You find these small leguminous trees in dry areas, and there's a ton of variation in size. If the soils aren't very deep, then the tree can't grow very tall, and it tends to max out at about 3 feet. But with a solid foundation, the roots can go really deep, and it can grow up to 30 feet. Now that's a life lesson right there. The Sonoran Desert, where I am right now, is where we find velvet mesquite. And it gets its name from how soft and hairy all of its parts are. It's a resilient plant with a rich history, deep cultural connections, and a story that captures our relationship with nature. For thousands of years, mesquite has been a vital part of our lives. In this video, I'm going to share a little bit about how it was used in the past and how today it's experiencing a bit of a culinary revival. We've relied on it for firewood and for making tools and structures. Its bark produces dyes. Creative and innovative chefs are rediscovering mesquite and incorporating its unique flavor into contemporary dishes that celebrate its versatility. If you're in Tucson, the Mission Garden holds an annual festival celebrating mesquite, and it comes complete with mesquite pancakes. You can also make a nice syrup out of the sap. In fact, you can just eat it straight from the tree. But mesquite is so much more than a good meal. Different parts of the tree also have different medicinal properties, and indigenous cultures recognized these healing properties and used it to create teas to treat a variety of illnesses. That still happens today, and which part of the plant you use kind of depends on what's bothering you. If you've got a sore throat, then that clear inner sap and some inner red bark can be combined to make a delicious tea. On the other hand, if you have a stomach ache and a poor appetite, probably because of the stomach ache, then you want to steep the leaves, not the bark, and make a tea from that. And if you thought we were done with the wonders of mesquite, you're wrong. It's not just good for furniture, glues, dyes, firewood, food, medicine. It's also good for the environment. It's a pretty key player, actually, in the environment. Its roots can run deep, and that helps prevent soil erosion. It's also fantastic at fixing nitrogen in partnership with some pretty helpful bacteria. And thanks to its broad canopy, it provides some much needed shade, especially in the hot desert. And not just for us, but other wildlife thrive in mesquite habitat. From javelina and bobcats to the classic coyote and roadrunner, they rely on mesquite sometimes for food and sometimes for shade. And of course, Coyote and Roadrunner was such a good cartoon, but not at all what the real world relationship is between coyotes and roadrunners. Well, there you have it, mesquite, resilient and beautiful. It connects us with each other and nature, rather effortlessly. For more insights into the wonder of nature and our connection, be sure to subscribe to Wild Connection TV.